So welcome back to another long run video, and yes, we just have 2 more weeks to go. And time has absolutely flown during this training block, but we're getting there and we are nearly there. This is the last big long run for me to do before Abingdon Marathon in just 2 weeks' time. So let's go through the goal, the fueling, and let's get straight into the run. The goal for the run is 2 hours 20 minutes, and it was just a progressional long run. That was the goal, very similar to what I did about 4 weeks ago. Can't remember exactly, 4 or 5 weeks ago, but I basically did a run where I just started off top end easy, then worked to low end moderate, top end moderate, and then rocked into some marathon effort work. And realistically, looking at the heart rate, pushed a little bit harder than that towards the end of that run, but overall it was a really solid progression run. It was a little bit less intense than the runs that I had been doing around that time, but it was the first one where I really banked some decent volume in the run. This time I'm doing similar. I'm making sure that it's a bit more structured, cutting it down in 30-minute chunks. Again, all I'm looking to do is start easy, low end moderate, top end moderate, get to in and around marathon effort for that sort of 2 hour mark, and then see if I can push on for the last 20 minutes. Just bringing it down 10 minutes from the last time I did it, because I don't quite need the volume that I did that time, but still we're going to be out there for 2 hours 20 minutes, hopefully cover in and around 21-ish miles. So that's the plan. In terms of fueling, I'm going to be taking a gel every half an hour, just like I will in the race, which means I should get around 4 gels sunk on the run. And again, although intensity is less during this run, I still want to replicate the fact that those gels are going to be getting in my system every half an hour, and we'll see how the body reacts. It's been great the last few weeks of practicing it, so let's hope it's the same again. And I don't think there's anything else to tell you. That's the goal, that's the fueling. We just want to get on with this one, get this one done, and then know that most of the work now is in the bag, and it is just a cruisy 2 weeks down to the start line. So let's roll the tape. So good morning, here we go. Just coming off the top road now, down the track, which is where I started my second workout of the week, if you saw yesterday's training series video. And we are here on the long run, baby, the last big long run, and it is a much more relaxed affair. I'm breaking this one up. The goal, what have we got? Breaking it up into half an hour chunks today, half an hour progression chunks. So the first half an hour I'm staying in the low 7s, and I'll cut down into the 640s to 650s for the next half hour, and then 630s to 40s, and then quicker again if I can. We'll see. I just need to break every single half an hour down, and then finish with about 20 minutes at marathon effort if I can. So that means in total it's a 2 hour 20 long run, and so far we are 22 minutes in, nearly 23, 7:05 average pace. Heart rate is currently 135. It's just creeping up as we're going uphill. So we'll be hitting the lap button in about 7 minutes time and moving in to the next phase. I'm feeling okay today. I'm not feeling great, okay to good. I went out for dinner last night with my wife for the first time in like 3 or 4 months. We're like passing ships in the night at home at the moment. We barely see each other. And had red Thai curry, so I have a lot of tissue paper in my back pocket. But otherwise, I've had a small chocolate spread sandwich this morning and a ketone IQ shot. So I feel okay, but I don't feel as well fueled as normal, because I literally got up and got out the door within half an hour because we have a lot to do today. So I'm just going to lock in now. First gel in a second, hit the lap button, and let's see if we can kick it down. We're gonna finish, we're picking it up already a little bit, 7:03 per mile, about 2.5 minutes left, heart rate 131. So yeah, we are picking it up a bit already. Right, there we go. 7:03, 4.26 miles covered. Let's pick it up a bit. Right, so just coming up to the end of the second half an hour. I've been trying to do a bit of mental maths, and now I think I've figured out what's been going wrong on the watch. So I think, I won't ask you guys because I'll look at it as soon as I get back from my run, so I will know by the time this video goes out. But I think when I changed the average pace on this screen, which is the screen I've set up for the marathon, time at the top, or lap time, average pace on the left, heart rate on the right. When I was doing the 15 by K in the week, it was working a treat. I was very happy, it was resetting. I hit lap today and it's just kept going with the overall run average pace and the overall time and the heart rate, and I thought, I've already sorted this out. And now I'm thinking to myself, is there a separate screen in the Coros app to change the watch face for a standard run as opposed to a workout? I can only assume the answer is yes. So I've been scrolling through the screens, and I think I can get the camera. If I roll up one, this is what I need at the moment before I sort the other one out. At the top, I've got the distance I've covered. On the left top, I've got overall average pace on the run, which matches up to the other screen. On the right, 6:42, I think that's the lap pace. So that means I've been running this one a little bit fast without me knowing. So, oh well, I might just hold this for the next half an hour, because the next half an hour is going to be mostly uphill. And at the moment, to be fair, if I roll back, that heart rate, 144 out here on the trail, so it feels really good. So yeah, bit of an update there, back to lock in to the next 30 minutes. Time to see, I guess. 8, 9, lap 2, yeah, 6:42 per mile there. Oh dear. Alright, next half an hour is just coming up to being finished, and you're looking at 6:30 per mile for this one. So a good cut down. Average pace overall for the run, 6:45 now. So we're bringing it down nicely. Time for that third gel, and we cut it down again. Feeling good. Okay, 6:31 per mile covered, 4.61 miles. There we go then. This has been fantastic. 6:18 for this last bit. Hit the lap. 6:38 per mile. on average. Ooh, 20 minutes left. Heart rate has barely got into the 150s. This is unreal. So there we go, run done. Very, very happy with that. Just like the last few weeks, these runs have been going really well, and I'm delighted with how I finished that one. Headwind was a bit strong on the industrial estate at the end there. It did break me down slightly in the last mile or so, but overall, I've got to say, that was one of the best runs. And do you know the best thing about that run? The heart rate was so much lower than when I did it 4 or 5 weeks ago. So for context, when I did very similar, I averaged 6:29 per mile for 2.5 hours, cut everything down, very similar to what I did today, and the average heart rate was 151 beats a minute. Today, 10 minutes less, average pace was 6:31, so 2 seconds a mile slower. That could be the fact that I ran 10 minutes less, but the heart rate was 146 beats a minute average, which is insane. I was actually keeping an eye on it during the run. The first 30 minutes, most of it stayed in the 130s. There's a climb out there that I had to get up onto the trail. It went into the low 140s at that point, but most of it was high 120s, low 130s. Insane. Most of the second half an hour was low 140s, still even dipping back into the 130s. And then it went steady to like mid to late 140s, and it wasn't until the 90-minute to 2-hour mark where it really started to lock into the low 150s. And then the last bit, obviously the heart rate drifted up a bit more as I was pushing, especially the last mile, drifting back into the headwind. But overall, most of that run was done in zone 1 and zone 2, which is just incredible. So much better than 4 weeks ago. And I felt it. I felt so controlled, so relaxed. It was such a breath of fresh air to feel like that on a long run. And fueling went down absolutely fine. Once again, another 4 gel sunk without an issue. Stomach felt good. Even though we had the red Thai curry the night before, nothing happened. I didn't have to stop. Everything felt good. The gel settled in nicely. So again, I'm feeling good with that as well. Overall, I've got to be honest with you, once again, the Adios Pros doing their thing. I am starting to notice a bit of change in them. My ankle is starting to roll in a little bit as I'm running in them. I am noticing it. A little bit of tightness up the outside of the leg after that run. So I've been working on that. It's absolutely fine. 11 miles until it reaches 500 miles. So I'll take it to 500 and we'll retire it there. I might have to, as I said, cut it open and check out those broken carbon rods to see where we've actually snapped them. But overall, nothing else to say other than we have banked it, and that is 72 miles for the week. And I tell you now, 72 miles has never felt so easy. After those two 76 and then 81 and 82 miles, this 72 has felt so good. I feel so good. I feel fresh already. This is just, it's such a good feeling. So I now have to navigate this. I'm not going to bring it down, well, I think I said in the taper video, I'll bring it down to like late 50s, early 60s next week, and then race week, obviously, including the race, it'll be about the same, but I'll be bringing it down a little bit more then, and the long run next weekend is just 80 minutes. So nice and easy. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching this one. I appreciate it if you watched the training video. And of course this one as well. Thanks for supporting, thanks for following, it means a lot. Let's roll into these last 2 weeks feeling good and feeling strong. If you enjoyed this one, guys, please do consider giving it a like, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'll see you on the next one.